I want to talk about hackathons and how terrible they are, but how they don't have to be terrible. They don't have to be, though.
They are mostly, not all.
Yes, but I don't think they always have been, or not all of them are. So I don't know if anyone saw this tweet about 6 or 7 months ago. Considering what we know about the impact of lack of sleep, bad diet, and groupthink, hackathons are the worst setting to imagine the future. Well, it's not working. So I used to, a few years ago, I used to be a co-brigade captain of a local Code for America brigade called Code for BTV in Burlington, Vermont. And basically what we did was we worked with governments and nonprofits, and basically the idea was civic hackers working together to make their communities better. And I did this alongside with my husband. Sorry, this is a terrible photo taken with like a fisheye lens, but it was the photo I could find with like 5 minutes of trying to scrape together some slides for this. So I did another talk at Offline Camp, California. No, California, I think so, about avoiding community organizer burnout. So I'm not going to talk about that today, but at the time we were doing this, we were also running our own business together and a number of other volunteer things. So that's why we're not doing this anymore. But it was a lot of fun for the couple of years we were doing it. So one of the things we did was organize hackathons. One of them, a couple of National Day of Civic Hackings. We work with the city of Burlington and other partners on these things. So I want to tell you a couple things we did for our hackathons to try to make them better, and how they're very different than hackathons you may have participated in or seen, talked about. So first thing, hackathons we didn't do overnight hackathons. That's terrible. Really? Make people stay up all night? Like, who wants to do that? I mean, some people do, but I don't want to do that. And I imagine that, if you're like a single parent, right? Like you're not gonna want to, that's not gonna work for you. So no overnight hackathons. And we would often do schedule events in the evening, like social events, to try to get people away from their computers, stop hacking for a little bit. So I cheated here. I couldn't find a photo of our food. So this is actually from Offline Camp Berlin, but
Sorry.
oh yeah, sorry about that. But one of the other things we did was made sure to provide healthy food for people. So we had the food catered. We got really good like organic food, really healthy choices. It wasn't pizza. We went out and got sponsors. We made sure that it was good food. So I think that's really important. Like you want people to be rested and fed well with good healthy food, like good habits. Like I think most hackathons encourage really terrible habits. Another thing we started experimenting with, we didn't do this at the very beginning, but we started doing human-centered design sessions at the very beginning of the hackathons. So we would actually do a workshop, a structured human-centered design workshop. And what we were trying to do here was to bring together domain experts, so people that actually knew things about actual problems, like people that worked at organizations, nonprofits, or worked in government, together with people that knew technology. Because, as a technologist, you could have an idea of what the problem is and go create something, but you're just making guesses, right? You don't know what the actual problem is, and you're probably guessing wrong. So human-centered design was a way to get that collaboration started in a structured way. 20 minutes?
1 minute.
Oh, what? I don't have that much material. So we're trying to facilitate connections between the technologists, between these organizations. So we wanted the organizations to own the relationship between these people, and our goal was not to just create something that existed only during the hackathon, but to actually make it last past the hackathon. Most hackathon projects die right away. The majority of our projects actually were people kept working on them afterwards, which was awesome. So I just want to tell you about 2 quick projects that we did. This one's really cool. So it's a green printing app. Like it's super simple concept, but it was really important. So the library found that people that weren't necessarily as computer literate as we are here were accidentally printing like 100 pages when they only meant to print like 1 page or 2 pages. So this is just like, we found somebody who knew like the Windows API, printing API, and they just made this simple app they could install that when someone hit print, it just popped up and said, yeah, you're about to print 500 pages. Is that what you intended to do? And how much it was going to cost. So really, really simple, but it actually saved a ton of paper. Like they actually had metrics on this. Like I forget the details, but saved a ton of paper. This one was really cool. This is actually one of the first projects. It was with Aquarium and Science Center. They actually they took open GIS data and recreated the Burlington area, like Burlington, Vermont area geography in Minecraft. So you could actually like explore around and fly around and like learn about the geography in a way that was very accessible to kids. So that was really cool. So again, I think hackathons don't have to be terrible. I think you want to be intentional about how you structure them, and those are just a few ideas of how you can do that.
Great.